Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and get started today. So systems of inequality notes. So now we're doing two inequalities and we will be graphing them both. So we obviously need to start with this first one here and get y by itself. So I'm going to start by subtracting 2x from both sides. I get negative y is greater than or equal to negative 2x minus 3. Then I need to divide by -1 to get rid of the negative with the y and divide this whole side by -1. When you divide by -1, make sure that you are flipping your sign. So whenever you divide by a negative, okay, we need to flip the sign, so we're going to flip the sign the other way. So it's less than or equal to now. This is y. Negative 2x divided by -1 gives me a positive 2x, and -3 divided by -1 gives me a positive 3. So I am going to graph this line. I'm starting at 3. And I'm going up 2 over 1. So I'll just continue that. Okay, so there is the first line. Now I am going to do the other line, which is y is greater than or equal to -1/2 x plus 1. So I'm starting at plus 1 on the y-axis, and then my slope is negative, so I'm going up 1 to the right 2. So up 1, right 2. Back to my y point, down 1, right 2. Okay, so now when I talk about the black line here, it is now less than or equal to 2. Again, you could plug in the points because it is less than. I know it's going to be less than for the black line would be over here, and greater than for the red line would be above it. So where they both intersect, which is this area right here where they're both colored, that is our possible solution area. So any point within this shaded region here can be an answer. All right, moving on to the second one, example 2. Now I need to take this first line and set it equal to y. So x plus 2y is less than or equal to 4. I'm going to start by subtracting x to both sides. Get 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 4. Now I'm going to divide the whole equation by 2. So y is less than or equal to negative x over 2 plus 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Go ahead and graph that, and it's positive 2. And I'm going down 1 over 2. Connecting my dots. Now need to graph the second equation, which is starting at -1, and my slope is negative x, so that is -1 over 1, so going down 1 over 1. Okay, so for my red line, it is let's use this one. Less than or equal to. So that is going to be within this area. Okay, less than or equal to. And my other one is greater than or equal to. So because it's greater than, I am going to go above. So because it is above, that would be all of this area here. So in this intersection here where they are both meeting, these are our possible solutions right in between the two lines, okay? So we're not too worried about this upper part here, just more so where they are both at, okay? So that's our solution area within there. All right, moving on to number 3. So now I have 3 of them. I'm still going to start with my first one and set it equal to y. It's x plus y is less than 8, so I need to subtract x from both sides. I get y is less than negative x plus 8. Because it's less than, remember it is going to have to be a dotted line, so we'll go ahead and graph that one. So plotting the first point at 8. And now it's down 1 over 1. So dashed line. And now we need to graph a vertical line here for x. So at x is 0, so right along the y-axis, I would have a line. And then y is also 0, so I would have a line going down the y-axis as well. Okay, so let's start with the red line. The red line is less than, so because that is less than, it's going below here. Our blue line, that is greater than, so that's going above. I'm just going to keep it in this area. And then our green line is going to be greater than as well, so that is also in this area. And so all of my possible solutions are in this area right there. Nothing outside of that will be a possible solution. All right, example 4, doing the same thing, taking that first equation and setting it equal, or getting y by itself. So subtracting 2x on both sides, I get y is greater than negative 2x plus 7. Go ahead and graph that. Plus 7. And so it's a negative 2. Ooh. So negative 2, I'm going down 2 over 1. Okay. And this is going to be a dotted line because it's not equal to. Okay, it is all right, we'll go ahead and do our other 2 lines. So x is less than 4. So for this one, we are going to where x is 4. And because this one is also not equal to, this one will be a dashed line. And I have y is 5, so, and this one is going to be a solid line because it's equal to. All right, so for red, it is greater than, so I'm going to be on this top side of it. I'm just going to put it in this little area. It would technically be all of this area for red. For blue, it is less than, so it's going to be on the left side. Again, could be technically all of this over here for blue. And then green is also less than, so that matches that area where it could also be this one. But to meet all three of them, it is only going to be this little tiny area right here. Remember, if it is a point that is on one of these dashed lines, so this point 3, 2 here, it's not, it could possibly not be that because it is a dashed line. All right, but it could be one of these points that are on the green line since it is a solid line because it is equal to. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a great day, guys.